Before you check your phone tomorrow morning, before the news, before the notifications, before anyone else's voice gets access to your mind. There are 5 lines you should say, not affirmations. Not positive thinking, not the kind of thing you repeat mechanically, without believing a word of it, while the same patterns continue unchanged. Something different. 5 lines rooted in over 2,000 years of Stoic philosophy that do something specific to the mind. They set it like a compass being pointed before a journey begins. And the compass you set in the morning determines every direction you take for the rest of the day. Most people never set their compass, they just begin, reactive, unpointed, going wherever the day pushes them rather than where they decided to go. And they wonder why the day always seems to take them somewhere they did not entirely intend. After today, that changes. 5 lines. Said every morning before anything else. And here is what they will do to your day. Marcus Aurelius did not just wake up and start governing. He woke up and prepared. He wrote in his private journal, not for history, but for his mind, setting the tone, pointing the compass, deciding, in the quiet before the empire arrived, who he was going to be that day. Not what he was going to achieve, who he was going to be. And the decisions made in that morning quiet held him through wars, through betrayal, through loss, through the specific weight of being the most powerful man in the world, with all the difficulty that came with it. Those morning decisions are what we are building today, in 5 lines that you can say in under 2 minutes, every morning starting tomorrow, morning line 1. Today I will meet difficulty, and I am ready for it. Say this, out loud if possible, before anything else, and mean it, because here is what most people do in the morning. They hope. They hope today will be smooth. They hope the difficult conversation will not happen. They hope the thing they are worried about will resolve itself. They hope the day will be easier than they fear. And then, when difficulty arrives, as it almost always does, they are surprised, rattled, unprepared, because they were hoping for the other version. Marcus Aurelius wrote, when you wake up in the morning, tell yourself, today I will meet with interference, ingratitude, insolence, disloyalty, ill will, and selfishness. He was not being pessimistic. He was being prepared, and the difference between the person who is prepared and the person who is surprised by the same difficulty is enormous. The prepared person meets difficulty from a place of, I expected this. I have already decided how to respond. This will not pull me out of myself. The surprised person meets it from a place of, why is this happening? This was not supposed to happen today. And the reaction from surprise is almost always worse than the reaction from preparation. Say the line, today I will meet difficulty, and I am ready for it. Not because today will be hard, because being ready changes what hard actually feels like. Morning line 2. What I control is my response. Everything else I release. This is the line that does the most work. Because here is what most anxiety actually is, the mind trying to control what it was never equipped to control, the outcome of the meeting, what the other person will decide, whether the plan will work, whether the risk will pay off, whether people will understand, whether it will go the way you hope. None of that is yours to control. And the mind that knows this, that has said it out loud, that has genuinely set the intention to release what is not its domain, is freed, not from caring about outcomes, from the specific anxiety of trying to manage what cannot be managed. Epictetus built his entire philosophy on this. He said, some things are up to us, some things are not. And the wisdom, the specific daily practice of wisdom, is knowing the difference and living from it. This line, what I control is my response. Everything else I release, is the practice of that wisdom. Every morning, before the day gives you things to try to control, say it and mean it, because the day you actually mean it is the day the anxiety about outcomes loses a significant portion of its power over you. Morning line 3. I am building something, one day at a time. This line does something that the other 4 cannot do alone. It connects today to the larger story. Because one of the most common reasons people waste time, lose discipline, give up on the things that matter, is that they lose sight of what today is part of. Today does not look like much. Today is just another ordinary day. Today is showing up again. For the thing that has not yet become what it is becoming, and ordinary days are easy to dismiss, easy to treat as expendable, easy to let slip into comfort and avoidance and the path of least resistance, because what difference does one day make? The Stoics had an answer to that. One day makes exactly the difference that one brick makes to a wall, which is not visible alone, completely necessary together. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Our life is what our thoughts make it." And the thought, "I am building something," is one of the most important thoughts you can bring to an ordinary day, because it reframes the ordinary day from something unimportant to something essential, from just today to one more brick. And the person who brings that frame to every ordinary day is the person who one day looks back and sees the wall that was built, one brick at a time. Say the line, "I am building something, one day at a time," and mean it, because today is part of it, whether it feels like it or not. Morning line 4. I choose my response. I do not react from impulse. This line is the one that protects every relationship, every opportunity, every version of yourself that you worked hard to build, from being undone in a single reactive moment. Because here is what impulse does. Impulse says the thing that cannot be unsaid. Impulse sends the message that should have waited. Impulse makes the decision that looks completely different in the morning light. Impulse reacts to the comment, the tone, the look, with the speed and the force of whatever was triggered, without the pause, without the question, without the gap between what happened and what you chose to do about it. And the damage that impulse does, in a single moment, can take weeks to repair, sometimes cannot be repaired at all. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." Realize this, and you will find strength. The power over your mind is the gap between stimulus and response, the moment between what happened and what you chose to do about it. And this line, said every morning, "I choose my response, I do not react from impulse," builds that gap, not in the moment, before the moment. In the quiet of the morning, when you set the intention to be someone who chooses rather than someone who reacts. And the intention set in the morning does not guarantee the perfect response in every difficult moment, but it makes the perfect response significantly more available than if the morning passed without setting it. Morning line 5. Today is enough. I am enough. Right now is where I begin. This is the line that changes everything underneath the other 4. Because here is what drives most of the anxiety, most of the time wasting, most of the avoidance, that prevents people from fully showing up for their own lives, the belief that they are not quite ready yet, not quite enough yet, not quite at the level where they deserve to pursue what they want, or become who they want to be, or claim the version of their life that is waiting. And so they wait for the readiness, for the enough, for the moment when they finally feel like the version of themselves that is allowed to begin. Epictetus said, "Seek not the good in external things. Seek it in yourself. The good is already in you, not in the future version, not in the version that has achieved more, or been through more, or become more confident, in you. Right now, as you are on an ordinary morning, with everything still uncertain, everything still in progress, everything still imperfect. You are enough to begin today. Today is enough to matter. And right now, this ordinary, unfinished, imperfect moment is exactly where everything worth building has always started. Say the line, "Today is enough. I am enough. Right now is where I begin." And then begin. So here are the 5 lines. Say them together every morning before the phone, before the news, before anything else has access to your mind. Say them slowly, mean them, and let them do what 2,000 years of Stoic practice says they will do. Set the compass, point the mind. Prepare the person for whatever the day is going to ask of them. Line 1, today I will meet difficulty, and I am ready for it. Line 2, what I control is my response, everything else I release. Line 3, I am building something. One day at a time. Line 4, I choose my response. I do not react from impulse. Line 5, today is enough. I am enough. Right now is where I begin. 2 minutes every morning, before anything else, and here is what will happen. Not immediately, not in a week, over time, over the slow accumulation of mornings, where you set the compass before the day arrived, where you decided in advance who you were going to be, where you chose your response before the test appeared. Over those mornings, something builds, not visible in a single day, visible in a month, in 6 months, in the way you respond to difficulty that used to rattle you, in the patience you have that used to run out faster, in the focus you bring that used to scatter at the first distraction, in the person you are becoming, one morning at a time. That is what 5 lines, said every morning, with genuine intention, can build. Not magic, not motivation, the slow daily compound interest of a mind that was set before the day arrived to test it. Marcus Aurelius wrote, one more thing I want to leave you with. He wrote, waste no more time arguing about what a good person should be. Be one. Stop arguing. Stop planning. Stop waiting for the version of the morning that will finally make you consistent. Be one. Start tomorrow with 5 lines before anything else. 2 minutes, that is all it takes to change what the day finds when it arrives. If this gave you something worth starting tomorrow, share it with one person who needs a better beginning to their days. Succeed for new Stoic wisdom every single week.